Hello there and welcome to my channel DIY Life, where I go about to share my take on various day-to-day topics. So today let me take you through the complex system of employee pension scheme, or the EPS, and why it's important. After retirement, to ensure a steady stream of income, this is one of the potential way. So EPFO, or Employee Provident Fund Organization, has given us a mandate to opt for a higher pension, which previously was not available for its members. So this being an one-time option, it's important that we make an informed decision. So this video is aimed at helping a member of a EPFO whether one have to opt for the higher pension or not, and if you opt for it, what are the implications. I will try to explain this higher pension scheme through these points. Okay, so what happens when you opt for higher pension, which I will try to explain through these sub points. Like, first you should understand how your PF deduction is going into your EPF and also to the EPS, or the pension account. And if you opt for a higher pension, what changes will happen to this when you opt for higher pension. Okay, and if you opt for the higher pension, how much money to be deposited to the EPS when you opt for the higher pension. Okay, so this also I'm trying to calculate here. And once you opt for this higher pension, and once you retire after a period of time like 10 years, 15 years, so what happens, and what is beneficial, old one or the new one? Okay, so all this I'm trying to explain. Why I'm going through this? If you go to the EPFO website, and when you go for the higher pension option, it finally asks for these 4 questions which you have to opt yes or no. So this video will help you to to determine which option to select. I mean, what happens if you select for yes, and what happens if you select no, and when you should select no. Okay, so maybe we'll come back here once we have some explanation on that. Okay, so let's go. So before going into this explanation, you should understand about a PF statutory limit. So this is the basis of all these changes. Because of PF statutory limit only, now the EPFO is asking you to opt for a higher pension. Okay, so you should know what is this PF statutory limit. So here I have put the years from 2000 till current 2023. Okay, and there has been some changes in the statutory limit prescribed by EPFO. Okay, before 2001, the statutory limit was 5,000 rupees. Okay, after June 2001, the limit has been increased to 6,500, and it continued the same until September 2014, where this limit has again been increased to 15,000. So currently the statutory limit is 15,000. So there has been so if you are employed before 2001, then your statutory limit, you would have been your salary would have been EPFO, sorry, the EPF deposit is decided by this 5,000 rupees, and once you cross 2001, your pension scheme will be decided based on this limit, and after 2014 your pension scheme is dependent on this 15,000 statutory limit. Okay, let's see how all these figures will affect your EPS deposit. Now, before going to that, how your PF deduction is going into your EPF and also the EPS. Let's see. Okay, so this table shows how the EPF and EPS schemes are calculated. So this here I'm assuming your EPF wage is 50,000, which is nothing but your basic salary. Okay, just assume your salary is 50,000, and your EPF wage limit is 6,500, that means this period is from 2001 June until September. So this period I'm just assuming. Okay, so your So you yeah, there are two factors in this in the provident public provident fund. One is your employee PF contribution and the employer PF contribution. Okay, so employee PF contribution is the 12% of your basic. That means 12% of your 50,000, which is 6,000 rupees. Okay, so there is no change in that. Before new scheme, old scheme, no change, 6,000. And now what changes happens is on this employer PF. The current employer PF calculation is 3.67% of your basic is your employer PF 1835, okay, of 50,000. And what happens in the rest of that? And there is the remaining is 8.33 percentage. Together it is 12 percentage, but it is split into two, 3.6 and 8.33. So 8.33 of your basic is comes to 4165. But in actual, this 4165 does not go into your EPS. Okay, it goes only 541. Why? Because there is a statutory limit. The statutory limit is 6,500. Okay, so if your salary is more than 6,500, your EPS will take only maximum 6,500. So it will calculate 8.33% of your 6,500. That comes to 541. This is the only amount which is going into your EPS right now. And what happened to the rest of the amount? That will be credited back to your EPF account. So your EPF account will be 6,000 of your 12% of your employee plus the 3.67 of the employer and whatever is the balance coming from this, which is comes to 3624. So all this adds to 11,459 rupees. It goes to EPF every month and to EPS 541 every month. So if you go to your PF account statement, you can see 541 will, if your salary is of course more than the 6,500, so you will be getting EPS of 541 until 2014. Okay, now what happens if you opt for higher pension scheme? What's happening? So when you go for the higher pensions plan, your the statutory limit of 6,500 will change, will be removed, and it will be a limit. There is basically no limit. Okay, so your actual salary will be taken as your EPS wage limit. So again, so what happens now? So there is no change in employee PF. It remains 6,000 before old scheme, new scheme, same. Okay, 3.67 also it does not change, 1935. Now when it calculates the EPS percentage, so 8.33 percentage is calculated on the actuals of your basics. That means 4165. Okay, so so ideally they should go, but now the government has introduced one more uh, factor, which is additional 1.17 percentage also will be deducted or will be added to the pension scheme. Okay, so this comes to 585 rupees. So the total EPS contribution will be 4165 plus 585. That means 4750. And the EPFO will be 6,000 plus 1835 plus 1250. That comes to 7250. Okay, so you can see here the old scheme, the existing scheme, and new scheme. In the EPF contribution, there will be a 37% reduction in the EPF contribution. Okay, and your EPS contribution will increase 9 times, 541, almost the 9 times of this. Your current EPS contribution will be going. So that means from your current EPF account, that much will be deducted, and that whatever deducted is going into your EPS account. Okay, so nothing additional you have to pay, but which happens within your, the distribution of 12 percentage of your employer. So everything happens within that. Okay, so this is what happens when you opt for the new pension scheme. Okay, now so from this you will understand that if you opt for new pension, uh, we have to give additional amount to the EPS, and this is effective from the date you are joining the EPF membership. Okay, not from now. It happens, for example, if you're employed from 2001, you have to give you should be giving that difference amount from 2001 till 2023 right now. Okay, so I will tell you how much will be approximately deducted from your account if you opt for higher pension scheme. Okay, so recovery from your PF, or if your PF don't have amount, you have to pay to EPS if you opt for higher pension. Okay, so before going into this, I'll just explain an approximate calculation. Okay, so in the current scheme, you can see here your EPF and EPS, right? So 12% your employee, 3.6 of your employer, 8.33 of your employer. This is EPS. But in actual 8.33 will not go, right? Because you have a statutory limit of 6,500. So in effect, what's happening? Only 1.08% is going into your EPS. Rest will be going into your EPF only. Now, if you opt for the new plan, according to this, okay, what actually is happening? Your EPS percentage is increasing to 9.5 percentage, 8.33 plus the newly introduced 1.17. That means 9.5 percentage from your employer contribution will go into the EPS, and the rest of the amount will remain. So there is a reduction, you can see here, 12 plus 2.5, it was 12.3. You can 12 plus 3.67 plus 10 it was. Now it is only 12 plus 2.5. So the difference in this percentage will be recovered from you if you opt for a higher pension. So when the statutory limit is 6,500, okay, the difference you have to recover will be 8.42 percentage. 9.5 minus 1.08, 8.42 percentage, plus the interest from when your salary went above 6,500 limit till now. Okay, so this is the percentage when your statutory limit is 6,500. So this will change when it goes into the 15,000 band. So I will show you an approximate calculation how to see how much will be deducted from your EPF. Let me explain how much money to be deposited to your EPS account when you opt for a higher pension. Okay, so I just prepared a template for the Excel. You can also do the same, and I'll upload the same Excel in the below. Okay, so what you have to do, make a table like this. These first two lines are just for information. So this shows the timeline from year 2000 till 2023 currently, right? The current year. Okay, and you have to consider the statutory limit applicable for each year, which, as I explained before, 5,000 till 2001 June, then 6,500 till 2014 September, and then this is not 15,000, this is 15,000. Okay, 15,000 till the current limit. Okay, so now the main input for this is this line. This is a monthly PF, so which has been have been deducting from your salary from your whenever you start your membership in the PF. Okay, till now. Okay, so the thing is how to find out this amount. So if you know your basic salary from the starting, then it's easy, you can put it here. If you don't know, then also we have a easy way to do it. What you have to do, you have to download the PF statement from the EPF account website. So when you download, it will be something like this, and you have to check the first column, the employee share. So this is nothing but the 12% of your basic pay. Okay, so first you have to enter this amount here in this line. Okay, see for example, this account shows the employee deposit share of 1920 for the year of 2014 October. So you can see here, if you see October, I put the same amount here, 1920, because I don't have other data, so I have only 2014 data. So putting here, you can see here 2015, if we go, it is changed to 1944. Okay, so similarly you have to check your own PF book and take the input this number for each year. So this number will be same for one entire year, unless otherwise you your change the job or something. So you can put accordingly. So just fill this data from the starting of your career or the whatever is available in the PF account till the current year. Okay, you have to put this. So this is the input data. Once you do this, you can calculate your basic salary. This is nothing but this is the 12% of your basic. So that means you can put a formula. This is equal to your PF divided by 0.12. That's a 12%, right? So 5,000 was my basic when the year 2000. Okay, you drag it to the entire stretch. Okay, so this is the basic. Now, how much percentage to recover from EPF I have explained before, like based on the change in the statutory limit, the PF recovery percentage also will change. When it's 5,000, it's 8.67. When it was 6,500, it is 8.42, and when it is 15,000, yeah, it's 7%. So you have to apply this percentage of recovery. So how much EPF recovery to be done for every month? This you can put a formula equal to. So this your basic, okay, multiplied by your recovery percentage. Okay, that's B7 here. Okay, 434 rupees will be deducted every month from the year 2000, and it changes every year. Okay, so this gives that number. Just multiplied this by 12 to get the yearly deduction amount. Okay, then drag it for the entire stretch. Okay, so now you have EPF recovery per year. Now you also have to consider the interest accumulated for this amount till now. So what you can do for now, you just consider it 8%. Okay, it may be higher than that when it does 2000, but I'm just taking for understanding 8%, 0.08. Okay, 416 is the interest for 5,200 rupees for that year. Now coming to next year, your interest will be calculated over amount of this amount plus your interest calculated plus C9. Okay, your current year. This you have to multiply by 0.8 to 900 interest. This you can continue for the entire year, entire stretch. So this is the year entire interest. Now how much the total EPF recovery will happen is you have to add this plus this. So 5,618 will be recovered from you for the year of 2000. Similarly, if you stretch it the entire way, you can see how much is going to be deducted. So this shows the total of that. So according to this amount of your basic, you will have to pay back 3,35,903 rupees to your EPS account. Okay, so if you have that much money in your PF account, well and good, it will be taken from that. Otherwise, you have to pay from your bank to the EPFO. So hope it's clear. Okay, so what happens when you retire? So I will explain use the same example figures as before. Okay, so your EPF wage is 50,000. This is nothing but your basic salary, and at the current plan, you will have a EPS wage limit of 15,000. So with this numbers, you will be contributing towards your EPF 10,751 and towards your EPS 1,250 every month. Okay. Now, if you continue this for another, say, I have taken 3 scenarios, say 5 years, another 10 years, or 15 years of your service. That means you decide you will retire after 5 years, or you retire after 10 years, or you retire after 15 years. Okay, it can be more also, or it can be less also. So these 3 scenarios I'm just taking for explanation. So at this rate, okay, and you are retiring after 15 years, you will be getting a PF of pension of 6,429. You can see here this pension will not change in the existing plan. Whether you retire after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, you will get a same pension because the pension is capped at 15,000. So if your salary is above 15,000, you will get the same salary, same PF pension. Okay. Now what happens when you opt for a higher pension. So same example. So there is no limit, wage limit. So here, the PF amount contribution goes down and your pension contribution goes up. So uh, if I calculate using the same formula, you will be getting a pension of 36,000 rupees instead of 6,429. Why? Because your pensionable salary now will be your last 5 years salary when you retire. For example, if you retire after 15 years, say right now you are joined 2010, now you have 13 years of experience and another 15. So after 28 years you are years of service you are retiring, and if I'm considering your salary get revised for at least 5% every year from now, so that much of your basic, right, from the time you retire, if you take an average of last 5 years, that will be your pensionable salary multiplied by your pensionable service is 28 years. Okay, 13 plus 15, it's 28 years divided by 70, you'll get 36,000 rupees. So you can see there is a considerable or huge change in the pension you are going to get. Okay, now this is a good part. Now there is a disadvantage also to this. You just come to the corpus. You can see here the corpus you are going to get with the existing plan is 54 lakhs, but the new higher pension scheme you will get a corpus of only 33 lakhs. Why? Because you are here the change in PF, you are contributing more amount towards your EPS than before. So that difference plus your interest and everything will come pull down your EPF corpus. Okay, so this is something you have to consider. So in terms of percentage, you can see there is a 40% reduction in your corpus you are going to get. Instead of 54, you'll get only 33. But there is a huge change in APS pension also. So this you have to evaluate yourself which is good for you at the time of retire. If you want to see this little bit in a pictorial way, you can see, I put up a few graphs for you to understand. So if you consider the pension, right, when like I was explaining, if you retire after 15 years from now, so you'll be getting a pension of 6,429 into 12. So this is a 1 year pension. Okay, somewhere here 70,000. But if you are opting for new scheme, you will get a pension close to 4 lakh 50 per year, right? So that's huge change in PF. Now there is another way of seeing this. So you are going to get a higher pension. So over a period of time, you will break even, right? So I just put that scenario as well for you to have a visualization. So same situation. If I retire at 2038 and after 1 year you started, you have taken the corpus and put it into FD, and your FD is going to get a 5% interest, both the scenarios, and you are going to get a pension also, right? Both the cases. So the blue shows the old one, the orange shows the new one. So you can see here the orange one break evens after like 8 years after from now. So after 8 years you will be at an advantage if you're up for higher pension. Okay, so and this depends on your the amount of salary you are going to get, because your formula says your pensionable salary. So higher the pensionable salary, the faster you break even. So I have put up a scenario for that also to understand how this break even changes based on your the amount of salary you are going to draw at the time when you retire. So you can see that at here 2046. Okay, so that means it takes 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 years to break even at the rate of at when you right now you are having salary 50,000 basic, and you are going to get a rise for 5 years 5% every year, and at the end of year 15 year, so your salary will be 1.8 times of this. So this calculation shows that break even. Now assume you are getting more better salary, so your salary is much bigger. For example, your salary is going to be 2%, so you can see the break even will be faster. If your salary is going 2.5 times when you retire, so it's even better. It is 3 times. So higher the salary, your break even point will be faster. So this also you can just take in consider when you are deciding whether to opt for higher pension or not. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like.